Hey guys, it's Tom Logan back with another video for you, and today we're going to be looking at the NZXT Phantom. Now I'm going to give you a run around the case, and then as we're going around the case, I'm going to put the camera in my hand. When we go around it, I'll explain to you all the ins and outs about the case, and there's a couple of strange things that are going on as well, so I'll explain that as I've got the camera in my hand. But I'm going to pop you off now and bring you straight in for a look at the case. Right, here we go guys. This was first shown by NZXT at Computex earlier on this year. I've just got my my first sample, and this wouldn't necessarily be, well, originally this would be something that I probably wouldn't have liked that much because there's quite a bit of plastic on it. But yeah, it's a strange one because it's really growing on me. But I'll pop you in and we'll start having a look around the case. We start at the front. This is a magnetic door. Now the front and the top is plastic, as you can hear. But there's magnets in the front. It's see, I'm not really even having to. It's a lovely soft closing door. If I push the door open, you can see that you've got the mesh bezels there that you can remove, but there isn't any dust filtering behind them, sadly. Now I'm going to pull the front off quickly. With the front removed, you can see that there's a 120mm fan in there, but the 120mm fan has got dust filters on there. And if you have a look, there are mounts to put a 140mm fan in there as well, which is good for those who have already got fans of their own. Now I'm going to go straight up to the top. Now over on this side, this is quite cool. This is a 5-channel fan controller, 20 watts. Pretty much it can control all the fans in the case. As you can see, this one's for the front. This one's for the two sides. This one's for the side panel, the larger side panel fans. These are for the two roof. That one's for the back. Now over on this side, see power and reset. And then you've got eSATA, 2 USBs, and the usual audio ones there. Now I'm going to pull the top off. Now, you've got a fan filter here, which you may be thinking to yourself, oh, why has it got that there? But do you know what I mean? If you've got air being sucked up here, you could get air going through it. It could stop the dust. But also, why it's good, is if you decide to change the 200mm fan here round as an intake, you might want to, you can still use the fan filter there, so it can still be dust filtered. So great there. And obviously 200mm fan shouldn't really make a lot of noise. So hopefully you'll get good airflow, but it'll be nice and quiet. Right, I'll put the top back on and then we'll carry on. Right guys, onto the side. And we've got mounts here for 200 and I'm pretty sure 230mm fans. I might be wrong because I will admit I've not actually looked at the specs, but it might be 180 and 200. I'll tell you, I'll put it in the sides. As you can see inside, I've already got my rig in there, and that's the Noctua HD 14, fits in there fine. Now on the side, normally you'd have 220mm fans in here, but where I've built it, I've taken one out. I've got 120 there in the side, and it does blow over hard drive racks. Now, obviously stating the obvious, everything's white, but the outside and the inside's white. I really want to bring attention to this. Now, if I undo this screw, just undo it a bit, it's not all the way out. You can see it's not all the way out. And then this is spring loaded, as you can see there, and then that allows you to take your door off. Now, if we move on to the inside, what I have done here is obviously where I said I built this up, I will explain why in a bit. But this normally is mounted in there, but I've taken it out, and I will explain why in a bit. As you can see inside, we've got grommets for your cables, And there's plenty of cable storage that you can move around. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then with the other one 6, 7 hard drive mounts. You've got 4 water cooling hoses if you wanted to put external water cooling hoses through. Okay guys, so these are your toolless mounts, and they're lockable, so you unlock and you push it and you put it back in and you push it right the way over, and then it's locked again and it doesn't move. Unlocked and it does move. So it's just to lock your opticals in place, and you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 optical bays. I've already said to you about the fans in the top. It comes with all the fans that you'll need. It comes with a 200mm in the roof, 120 in the back, 120 in the front, and then 220s in the side. Now I've also got this new 850 watt gold rated NZXT power supply, which also comes in a very sexy white. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop you back on the tripod now, because you've had a good look round. You can see my rig in there, and now I'll explain to you a little bit why I've put my own rig in there rather than my test rig. Right then guys, so what have we got in there? At the moment we got, this is my rig, this is the rig, this is my daily rig. And basically when the Phantom, I first got told about it and I got told it was coming, it was great because obviously I love putting reviews up for you, and there's a lot of guys out there that already mentioned that they wanted to look at it, and do you know what I mean, they were interested in buying it. And I just thought it was going to be, do you know what I mean, another plastic case with loads of bits and stuff on it, and I wasn't going to like it. But I've got to admit to you, I got this out of the box this afternoon expecting to have to put my new test bench in there and work for it, and I got it out and strangely I really liked it. I mean, I've always been a sucker for white. My first custom rig was white, and yeah, I was really taken by it. So basically what I'm going to do is I've obviously got the new power supply in here from NZXT and the rig, and what I'm going to do is this is your review, this is your look at it, this is, you know, what's going on with it, and I'm actually going to use this for at least the next month. And then I'll post back in a month's time, so obviously you wanted to have a look at it, you want to have a look, and I'm going to use it for a month. And then I'll post back and I'll make another video and I'll let you know what I think. But my first impressions of this case are, I actually bloody like it. And yeah, the white is great, do you know what I mean? It's really nice and smooth, and unlike a lot of the NZXTs that I have had recently, this actually seems really well put together. It's got a really quality feel to it. Sometimes it can feel like cheap and knocky, but all the plastic clips in real tight and you have to give it a tug to get it off. It doesn't fall off, but it all pops back in lovely. The door action is actually really nice. The powder coating is really smooth. It feels great. I love the gloss white on the inside. The only thing that I really don't like about it that much is if I pop the side back on, and you can see how easy that was. Then all I've got to do is tighten it up. But I'm not too sure about the fans in the side. Obviously there are going to be people out there that are going to want fans in their case, but I think it might have been a good option for NZXT to have had a nice styled window in the side. Maybe got rid of these fans here, because I don't think you really need them. If you got rid of these fans here and had yourself a nice window, or at least trying to find one where you could have a plain side so you could cut your own window, I think that would have been a good move. But yeah, first impressions, I strangely like it. So will I like it in a month's time? Will it drive me nuts? Pretty much. I've got my rig, which is an Asus P6T6 workstation motherboard. Then I've got a Intel 980. I've got 12GB of, hang on, let me see if I can get it round. Mushkin, yeah, I'll go that way. But 12GB of Mushkin RAM. I've had this t-shirt for ages and I just chucked it on. Yeah, I've got 12GB of Mushkin RAM. I've got an ATI 5870 Infinity in there. Obviously the power supply from NZXT, and I've got a 256GB Kingston SSD V+. So yeah, that's my rig that's in there. Oh, I've also got an Acer Zona. And yeah, I'm going to use this for the next at least another month. And it's going to be right by the side of me. I'm online pretty much all day, and then I'll post back and let you know how I got on. But I'm going to, it's getting really late here now because I've building this, pardon me, working on lots of other stuff. So I'm going to sign off. You've got your video. If you've got any questions, because a lot of the time the stuff that I get goes back, or do you know what I mean, I strip it down and it goes out in the garage or whatever. But this, where I'm going to be sat next to it, if you've got any questions, I will try and answer them for you. As ever, subscribe and comment, and thank you very much for watching. This is Tiny Tom Logan at OC3D TV. I do like saying that. But anyways, Tiny Tom Logan, out.